Okie dokie. Hey guys, it's Matt here from Bent on Better along with Nick and Alysha. Virtually here, we are logging in again for another episode of the Bent on Better podcast. And I almost went into my old intro, but I'm not going to go into that. We're going to go into talking about today. But before we even get into it, it's relative right now to say it, and I'm going to shed some light on it. This week is National Infertility Awareness Week. So you'll see all three of us have our shirts. These two didn't even plan it, but I went and grabbed my shirt because they had it on. This is National Infertility Awareness Week, and that is a topic that is near and dear to our hearts here at my house. But for our gym, we've been doing it. This would have been our 4th year hosting an event. We call it the Sweat for a Cause, where we help local families struggling with fertility. We help to offset the cost of fertility treatments. And so this year, with the whole shutdown for COVID-19, we decided to cancel the actual real event, in-person event, and push it all online for a live event. So if you're listening to this one before the event, we're doing an event this Saturday. We're going to date this. This coming Saturday, April 25th at 9 a.m. online virtually. You can be a part of that. Jump in, have some fun with us, get a little sweaty with it. Or, of course, you can just watch after we do it and be a part of that later on. Whatever you want, you can donate. Everything like that's great, but it's all going to go to next year's couple and next year's event to make it even bigger and better than it ever has been before. So if you want some more information, go to bettersweat.com. bettersweat.com for all the information of how you can be a part of that or how you can donate to help further this reach for national infertility awareness. So with that, I'm going to segue now into the topic of the day. And today's topic, we're going to be talking about the importance of warming up and the importance of making sure that you are primed and ready for exercise. So I'm going to hand this one off, the lead point over to Nick. And if you don't know who Nick is, other than being my brother and a beloved part of this team with me and Alysha, Nick's background is in athletic training, and Nick is a licensed athletic trainer. Has his degree from Westchester University, but also has his master's from Temple University. So Nick has a vast knowledge of the human body, anatomy, and we really lean on that a lot at our facility with training, and we think of it more of a prehab approach to fitness. But Nick, unfortunately, does not use his license at our facility. He just uses all of his smarts with us. So I'm going to let Nick take the lead of this and talk about just why it's important to warm up before you work out and why it's important to warm up before you lift or do anything like that. So Nick, take it away, man.
Yeah. All right. Sweet. Well, Matt, thank you. I'm so flattered. Oh my gosh, I'm blushing over here. Oh, geez. If you could only see me on video right now if you're watching. All right. So I suppose we should get into it by probably talking about what we do at Bent on Better. So a lot of our members who have been with us are really familiar that when they come in, we usually ask people to come in roughly like 10 minutes early, right before a session, so that they can grab a foam roller off of our wall and start rolling, start getting some of their muscles loosened, right? So that's a really general, broad way to put it. And sorry guys, if you're watching the video, my dogs are creeping in. The foam roller, the reason that we're grabbing that and getting our muscles loosened, quote unquote, there's actually some more science behind that. So we're trying to increase the blood flow to some of our muscles. In doing all this, we're trying to increase the movement of the muscles across the joints. So improve what we call mobility. And then there's another lesser known part to this too, where the pressure of the foam roller pressing into the muscles and where all the nerves are traveling, right, giving you sensations, it actually helps kind of dull some of those sensations. So it might feel as if some of the movements or some of those muscle groups are actually less painful or less uncomfortable. And it primes you for the workout, what Matt said earlier. So we foam roll to accomplish those 3 things, and that's great. 10 minutes, if you ask me, probably ain't enough for most of us. But it would be ridiculous to ask everybody to come in and do 30 minutes of foam rolling or anything like that. So we do that.
We do it though. We have a handful of people. Like
we do.
Who do that, who come in and we're like, oh my God, these people are here already right now. Like we just open the doors.
Overachieving.
But we love it. We love it.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with that. And guys, here's the thing. In the 10 minutes, you might not cover all the groups of muscles that you need to focus on. One of the things that we try to stress to a lot of our members is focusing on the muscle groups that they notice throughout the week or throughout the month for that matter have been cranky or problematic. And to see if after doing that, they feel good for their warm-up, which is another routine that we have at Bent on Better. So you guys are kind of smiling now. You're like, another routine, yay. So for 5 or so minutes, we get warmed up with a very particular routine. And I feel like I probably don't need to cover this as much. Maybe I can pass this off to you guys so that there's less talking on my end. but the goals are going to be very similar. We're still trying to increase blood flow, and we're still trying to improve mobility. But one of you guys want to talk a little bit about like maybe some of the exercises that we're doing and how they're targeting different muscles and whatnot?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so our members have actually asked us, like, why do we do the warm-ups that we do? What are the routines actually doing for my body? Is it prepping me for what I'm about to do? Is it helping with what I'm going to feel after? Like, why are we doing specific things? And you talking about just getting mobile, getting those muscles loose and prepped and primed. That's why we do our warm-up. And usually with our lifts, our strength sessions, we're working our legs, we're working our shoulders, our chest muscles, and all of our routines in our warm-up are geared towards those muscles. So we're priming and prepping the muscles that we're going to use in that particular workout for that day.
Yeah, and I think we also try to cover just the wide base of what we know to be challenges for a lot of people. Hey, Joe, real life.
The dogs are whining, the kids are
that's we know that a lot of places for a lot of people are like, tight shoulders, like people are always up top breathing, and like bad posture because we're always forward on our phones or on computers. So we want to turn on all the muscles and turn on like the posterior chain and like the areas that, although we may not be using that day specifically, we want to focus on still like making them aware and using them in that time. So here you go, so I'll put this way now.
Matt, that's a great point, actually. Like from day to day, even though we might not be isolating those muscles during the workout, it's still a really good idea, kind of like brushing your teeth, to still go through them day in, day out, just to make sure that you're keeping everything throughout the body mobile and you're keeping all of your muscles happy. And you're not just only strengthening that chest, or you're not only strengthening the shoulder, and then before you know it, your chest is way out here, your shoulders right out to the sides, and your back is rinky dinky small, and you get the point.
Yeah, that's perfect. I mean, I think it's important that we covered that, because I know some people are thinking like, well, why, like if we're not doing squats today, why should we warm up with squats? Well, squats are the most, like one of the top, like the best movements, like compound movements that we can do that like turn on like so many things, and just body awareness. Like it's such a natural thing. Tell me how many times in a day you go through your day without squatting, if you're not at the gym, right? Like you're squatting all the time, whether you're like squatting, like I was just squatting down here to talk to my son. Like if you squat down if you're going through the fridge right now, like a lot of us are going through it at home, like you're squatting down looking inside the fridge, right? Like you're not like before like bending around and like curving them. You're squatting down, you're bending your knees, you're getting down. So we want you to go through movements that are natural and happening throughout the day and feel more comfortable with them, but also priming you for those workouts. Yeah.
Yes. In addition to this, so the foam rolling, the warm up, the major goal out of all of this stuff, right? If we know during the day, like Alysha said, if we know during the day we're going to be doing the squats, or we're going to be doing the bench press, or we're going to be doing the deadlifts, we're trying to get those muscles, so to speak, fired up, right? We're trying to recruit large groups of muscles, and we're trying to get the right groups of muscles to start firing, so that as we go to move that joint, now we've got more reinforcement. If you don't warm those things up, the joint is not properly prepared to move in the way that it needs to move for a squat or for a bench press or one of those. I keep coming back to those 2-dar movements. My gosh. It's like I know a million movements.
It's all we do.
I do have a question though.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it could go into like, how much time should I really be warming up, or how much time should I be focusing on like a certain part of my body? I think that's a common question that we get sometimes.
That's a great question. Matt, you can probably tag team this with me too, but like, so we warm up by doing body weight movements and whatnot. And then after that, we begin our workout. And in the workout, for a lot of those major compound movements, what we always advise is continue the warm up, continue a progressive warm up with your weights. So if you, let me go back to, I'm going to do it again, guys. If you're squatting and your goal, this is going to be arbitrary. Numbers are arbitrary, guys. Don't worry. Don't compare yourself here. But if you're going for a 300-pound squat, you're not going to go right over to the squat bar or to the trap bar and squat 300 pounds on the first rep. No, it doesn't work like that. And it shouldn't work like that. it needs to be progressive. So the warm-up continues after the body weight warm-up.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. I don't need to add anything else because that's perfect. That is perfect.
Yeah.
What
I
else
guess
do we
we
want to
can,
talk?
I guess we can go into, because since right now we're virtually, we are having full body weight workouts. I guess we can talk about the best way to warm up for those type of movements or that type of workout. And then after that, get into like a cool down recovery topic.
You should take it, man.
Yeah. Leash, we can tag team this and talk about it a little more. And then Nick, maybe you want to talk about the cool down part too. Well, I believe that for a lot of us, if you don't have equipment at home, a lot of our members the gym is almost stripped bare of all of its equipment because our members have the equipment. We're letting all of our members take home our equipment for free so they can continue with the belief system that we have, which is, having a strong, healthy, happy body and using weights to get through that. Like weights are part of the journey. So using weights to challenge yourself. Maybe a lot of them aren't lifting the capacity that they want to, or that people have like learned that they want to and desire to, like we were doing a few months back, but you're still doing it. So if you're lifting weights, you need to prime yourself, you need to be ready for these workouts. But things like body weights, like every day we're offering these body weight workouts for people who don't have weights and for people who have joined our community who aren't actual like physical location members, but now they're virtual members. And we have a whole new community of people who don't have more than the 3 pounds or 5 pound weights to work with. And so the body weights options are the best ones for them. And for a lot of our stuff, some of these movements, like the first round, the second round is kind of just like the warm up. Like you can do that as warm up. I mean, if you go from sitting on the couch to getting right into it, you probably should move around a little bit. But if you have been up and moving around throughout the day, and then the time slot comes around and we can hop into it, probably hop right into it and not have to worry about priming your body perfectly. If you're sore and things are tight, then I would highly advise grabbing a roller, using it on those areas to kind of, like Nick was saying, like turn things on, get things ready and to be mobile and active, and then go for it and go into it.
That's a good point. Yeah, it's relative, I think, to the individual. Like you said, some people might be sitting on the couch before a workout and need that extra time to warm up, and other people might have been moving all morning, lifting their children, doing whatever housework is getting done and don't need as much time. So it's really relative when it comes to these bodyweight workouts to your lifestyle and what you're doing right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I cut you off, Matt. I think you were about to go into something else. You're geared out. You're ready to go, and I think I cut you off. But
that was perfect. Perfect. And so I think no matter what you're doing, it's all relative to you. You knowing yourself, being in tune with your body, being aware of what's going on, not only physically in that moment, but also everything else that's adding into you. Right. So like the stress on the outside with like your central nervous system and like what's going on with, are you recovering? Are you stretching? Are you rolling? Are you icing the things that are hurt, that are really, really sore beyond normal sore? Like, are you taking care of yourself in that way? Are you still healthy? Are you eating well? All those different things have to be accounted for with it. But I do want to make sure that we hit on the proper like way of cooling down now. So we're going through our workouts, whether it's body weight or whether you're lifting. And a lot of our members have gotten into the routine of knowing how much we love foam rolling and how much we love it. I always say like in the beginning, but we really love it just for the beginning and like midway in the workout. If you feel like things are not really working the way they should or need a little more attention, like an intro workout kind of thing, you can introduce some foam rolling or some lacrosse ball, like some trigger point kind of stuff. But at the end of the workout, at the end of your training, at the strength training, when everything's already warmed up and everything is already really good blood flow going on, like maybe like to certain areas more than others, but like you feel good. Nick, what should be done? What should we be doing when we're done?
So of course, the temptation is to grab the foam roller or to grab the lacrosse ball or whatever you've got close and just go to town and finish off in a nice relaxed state. But guys, probably the more important thing to do and the way to really get those permanent adaptations in our muscles and our joints to keep everything nice and happy is to stretch, because the muscles are already warmed up. They've already been through the works. You've already primed yourself by foam rolling up to that point. So now stretch them, make those changes more permanent. And there are a zillion different foam rolls and there are different stretch techniques and there's something for everything. And if you have a hard time finding the right stretch for that part of your body, reach out to somebody who knows what they're doing. Reach out to somebody who understands how to work around that joint, how to make sure that you're not creating pain, eliciting pain when you're doing those type of foam rolls or stretches, whatever it is, because that stuff is so important. And it's easily overlooked. When we're done, we're tired, we would just want to go get a drink of water or, you know, chug down that protein shake, do whatever we got to do. But that's, I mean, short and simple. That's it, guys. Stretch at the end.
Stretch at the end, because I heard a really funny analogy recently that like going to foam rolling after a workout session is like closing the barn door after the cows got out. Like it's like, why? Right? So I mean, you could. There's nothing.
It's not going to hurt you.
It's not going to make it worse.
Yeah. It's not going to hurt you.
But
yeah.
If you preheated the oven and you made the dough, why not just pop the dough in the oven and cook whatever you've got, right? That's the stretching.
Good.
Make the changes permanent. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Baking. Right. Okay. Segue into. Actually, that's a great segue into Fresh April Flowers is also part of what Bent on Better does every year, right?
Oh, wow.
Circle right around to the beginning.
Full circle. So if you are interested in helping out with the event this year or anytime, bettersweat.com has been the same website for the past 2 years. It hasn't been for 4 years because I didn't have it, but it's bettersweat.com. And also Fresh April Flowers, like the ingredient Fresh April Flowers is what you see back here. Is my wife Lynn's blog that also has been a part of the event. She's been co-hosting the event with the gym since I started it back in 2016. So it's been real, guys. I've enjoyed this chat. Workout.
It was a workout. I mean, the brain's working, you know.
My brain, my mouth, my jaw, everything else. But on that note, thank you both so much for being here with me. Thank you for listening in or for watching the video. We appreciate you. If you have any questions, comments, if you want to be a part of this, if you have any other things you want to talk about, or if you want to just simply say hi to us, reach out. You can email us at Matt, Nick, or Alysha, our first names, at bentonbetter.com. You can text us, you can Facebook message us, whatever you want, get in touch, but we're here to help you, especially now more than ever, because you need us.
And we need you.
And we need you. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
All righty.
Bye.
Bye-bye.